Why is it so dark in here? Whew. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Let me fix this light, okay? I don't know what's going on with my light. Kind of shadowy, isn't it? Looks weird. Hold on, you guys. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Is that better? How y'all doing today? I've been watching the verdict for P. Diddy. It's getting on my nerves. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with it. It's getting on my last nerves. So that's what I've been watching, and it's just starting to really work a girl's nerves real bad. Covering, trying to keep up with this P. Diddy verdict. Hello, King Ellen. Hello, King LaSwan. How you doing? Yes, Taco Tuesday. Who we talking about? Taco man. That's who we talking about today. Yes, we are. We're talking about Donald J. Trump. We got a lot to cover. It's so many different subjects. Those evil MAGA Republicans, they passed that ugly bill. I'm not going to call it a beautiful bill because it does not benefit us American people at all. It hurts the American people. Well, he got it passed. What do you expect from Satan, MAGA? Tell grandma you can't stay at the nursing home no more. Now she's going to have to come and live with you and your husband, girl. Yes, he's going to have to come and live with you and your husband, your partner, whoever is in your home. And you know you don't want grandma and grandpa living in the house with you. You look at him as a burden, MAGA. So that's what we're talking about today. Donald Trump, the MAGA maggots, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a little bit of everything that we're going to be discussing about Donald Trump today. Hit that like button as y'all coming in. If you like to support my channel, you can send me super chats, super stickers, and also my Venmo is in the description and my PayPal is in the description. So if you want to show me some love, that is how you can show me love, and I will appreciate you and value you more than ever. Because, honey, there's nothing wrong with giving your girl some funds, okay? Give me a little funds up in here, okay? Come on. Look out for me. Y'all have me coming in here. Y'all do me wrong. Y'all go on other people's channel. Y'all celebrate them. Y'all give to them. But you come on my channel and treat me like trash. Like Donald Trump, the bottom of the trash can. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You are valued. You are appreciated. I look at every last one of you as beautiful kings and queens. When the verdict does come for the Diddy, if it's a guilty verdict, I'm going to talk about it. If not, I'm not going to discuss it. But today, this is all about Donald J. Trump and his mission to tear this country completely down. Also, on my community page, this is my magazine, Queen Magazine, my summer issue 2025. It is my anniversary issue. Please support my magazine. Get you one. The link is on my community wall. Get my magazine, Queen Magazine. Thank you. 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 And those of you who are into healthy hair, you can buy my beauty product, Queen Lillie Hair Growth Oil. The link to my website is in the description as well. Queen Lillie Hair Growth Oil. This is my hair, real hair. It ain't from a weave or none of that, wig or none of that. So if you're interested in getting healthy hair, click the link to my website in my bio and get you some Queen Lillie Hair Growth Oil. We're going to be going ahead and getting started, okay? Yeah, I mean, I've been watching that verdict. Oh, Alan, what you think about it? Let me read some of y'all comments in here. LaSwan said, oh, okay. Yeah, please don't use all caps. Please hit the like button as you come in. I value and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing me love and support. It means a lot to me. Just a moment. I hope y'all having a beautiful day. Hit the like button, everybody. We're going to get started in just a moment. Even Government Newsom, we're going to discuss him. We're going to discuss, hold on. Just a moment. I have a lot of pop-ups coming up. So we're going to discuss Elon Musk. We're going to go ahead and start out. It's going to seem like we're all over the place because we're going to be talking about different people, but it's all pertaining to Donald J. Trump. So, you know, he's the subject. He's the man of the hour. Not that he's attractive or anything. He doesn't look like Government Newsom. He's not attractive, but Donald Trump is the man of the hour. Don't get excited about it. Don't get your panties in a bottle. Don't pee in your pissy depends. Just hold on, Jeffro. Hold on. So this is what Elon Musk has to say about this whole beautiful bill. So I'm going to show you, then I'm going to read it to you, okay? Hold on. So this is what is going on. This is Elon Musk on his platform X. And how Donald Trump has lied and put the American people in $5 trillion worth of debt, more than it already is. We already have a debt. Donald Trump added to it. He added debt in his first term, 8.4 trillion. Now from this bill is going to be 5 trillion more added. So this is what Elon Musk says. He said anyone who campaigned on the promise of reducing spending, talking about Donald Trump, but continues to vote on the biggest debt ceiling increase in history will see their face on this poster in the primary next year. And this is where he put. So now he's going to go and add their face to it. And he is determined to make sure that they do not win against the Democrats. Well, I like that it's all in fine and dandy, but if Elon was doing this for the right reason, I would celebrate him. I cannot celebrate Elon Musk because I know that he's not really trying to help us American people. It's a selfish reason. But we're going to take our win. A W is a W. Long as it's not an L. We're going to take it as a win because he's going against Donald Trump, so that's good for the Dems. But the Democrats, you have failed us. I love Queen AOC. I love Jasmine Crockett. I'm disappointed in a whole lot of the Democrats. But what I do like about this big, beautiful bill, some of the Republicans sided with the Democrats because they knew this bill was going to hurt the American people. So that's what's beautiful about it for me. Not in the sense of what Donnie Boy is talking about. I could never side with somebody that's walking around the pissy depends, 300-some pounds, calling people ugly. He refused looking at mirror. This my girl right here.
Now, at the end of the vote, when the Republicans won, they cheered. They cheered. They were taking away health care from around 17 million people. They cheered over.
It's like she's been crying, y'all.
To a handful of billionaires.
She looks like she's been crying
over running up the national debt.
Hit the like. Hit the like button, please.
You know,
thank you.
This bill is bad. It's bad economically. It's bad morally. This bill is just wrong.
Billionaires don't care about morals.
We stay in the fight. We stay in the fight. We stay in the fight. And we proved why we stay in the fight, because actually there are pieces of this bill that we got better. We got the tax on solar and wind knocked out, and that's going to help with clean energy. We got a few different pieces and made them better. So that's reason number one, is always the reminder. All of those calls matter. Reason number two is it's still
Hi, Queen Victoria's one.
Go back over to the House, and there are a lot of Republicans who are feeling really squeamish about this bill at this point.
They're going to get voted out.
That means we got to stay in the fight. And reason number three is, yeah, they may do this now, but come November 2026, they're going to have to face the voters. They're going to have to face the people, the families of the people whose health care they took away. And they're going to have to explain exactly what they just did.
This queen been crying. You can tell she's been crying.
Senate, whatever they do next.
She cares about the American people.
This is hard. But damn, we stay in the fight.
We stay in the fight.
Not because it's an easy fight, not because we're guaranteed to win every time. We stay in it because it's the right fight. Leaving the Senate now.
I believe we stay in the fight because I'm praying and believing that Elon Musk is going to do the right thing because he keeps talking. And I wish that he go talk to someone and get immunity so he can tell on Donald Trump about this election fraud. That's what I want to happen. Somebody will give him immunity. If they did it like they did with this Diddy case, all these people got immunity. They can give Elon Musk immunity, and the American people will have the truth about his ear, everything. We know the truth because go look at Evander Holyfield's ear when Mike Tyson bit his ear, bit half his ear off, and go look at Donald Trump's ear. A pow is going to do more damage than a bite. But Donald Trump walking around here lying to the American people on so many levels, in so many forms. He's a compulsive liar. Please tell me the difference on this. Hold on. Read this. I'm going to read it to you. It said, please tell me the difference. I'm going to read it to you. It said, hello, ICE. Where did I go to report an immigrant who was working here illegally before obtaining a fraudulent visa, had an anchor baby, brought her family here through chain migration, and who's currently living in the government-funded housing and receiving free government health care. That's Melania Trump and her family. She got the Einstein visa. Trump can't even answer to that. She actually doesn't qualify for that. So that's fraud all the way across from Melania Trump. The entire Trump family is fraudulent. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, even though she's saying things against Trump, we can't trust her. But listen to what she's about to say. I agree fully with her on what she's saying in this video, but Marjorie Taylor Greene cannot be trusted. The American people cannot trust someone that is MAGA. Hold on. Hold on, y'all.
Tell you what, 6 months in, see, and here we are, turning back on the campaign promises, and we bombed Iran on behalf of Israel. Yes, it was on behalf of Israel. We're entering a nuclear war, the World War III, because the entire world is going to erupt. And you want to know the people that are cheering it on right now? Their tune is going to drastically change the minute we start seeing flag draped coffins on the nightly news, on Fox News that brainwashes all the baby boomers, and on CNN that brainwashes all the Democrat baby boomers. And that is exactly how this is going to go down. Tell you what, 6 months in, see, and here we are, turning back on the campaign promises, and we bombed Iran on behalf of Israel. Yes, it was on behalf of Israel. We're entering a nuclear war, the World War III, because the entire world is going to erupt. And you want to know the people that are cheering it on right now? Their tune is going to drastically change the minute we start seeing flag draped coffins on the nightly news, on Fox News that brainwashes all the baby boomers, and on CNN that brainwashes all the Democrat baby boomers. And that is exactly how this is going to go down. Tell you what, 6 months in.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is correct, but she can't be trusted because she'll go back in under Donald Trump to pen soon. He'll get her back in order because I don't know why, but she has this strange thing for Donald Trump. I can't understand it. Neither will you understand it. So let's see how long she'll be singing that tune. Well, she can't sing, of course not. Well, just let's see how long she'll be talking that smack. The difference between Republicans and Democrats, it tells you a lot how they look at the American people with this bill.
Hey, real quick, you want to know what the difference between Democrats and Republicans is? Democrats would feed 100 people for fear that one of them might starve. Republicans will let 100 people starve for fear that one of them might not deserve food.
Listen again.
That pretty much sums it up.
I'm going to let it play again.
Hey, real quick, you want to know what the difference between Democrats and Republicans is? Democrats would feed 100 people for fear that one of them might starve. Republicans will let 100 people starve for fear that one of them might not deserve food. That pretty much sums it up.
I'm going to flip it like this for you. MAGA Republicans, they are in fear right now. They want to label everything DEI. They are so in fear that black people will be greater, brown people will be much greater than what they are as well, that they will do anything to stop it, even if it hurts their white constituents. When you voted for Donald Trump, you hurted your own people. You thought you was going to smother the black and brown people, although you're using a crutch against the brown people right now. But when that mighty power of God stomped down on you, there's going to be victory. Just like black people came out of slavery, there's going to be victory. There's no way you can continue being the monsters that you are and continue walking in racism and think you okay. Because what's going to happen? As you notice, your white children and grandchildren are making babies with black people. So you're getting more beautiful black children. What you going to do? Because if you try to stop them, they're going to sneak and do it, because the slave master wives, they snuck and got with the black men because they wanted to feel that big old nice John body and Bill's body. They want to know what it felt like to be with a black person. And your grandkids are doing it right now. You already have mixed grandbabies. Boy, what a beautiful thing God has created, huh? Next, Baron is going to make a baby with a black woman. What you going to do, Donnie? Or he may have him a black boyfriend. What you gonna do, Donnie? Inquirer minds want to know, because you can't stop what's gonna happen. You can try to throw roadblocks and set up railroads to destroy, but we ain't at the Underground Railroad no more. We walking on our feet stronger than ever with our education and all, while you have mediocre white men in your cabinet. You got rid of the highly educated black people. You kept one or two. Even the woman from Congo that you was complimenting the other day told her that, yeah, you're beautiful, but you got to go back home. Donnie, you don't own this country. You don't own the American people. But what has happened, weak-minded white MAGA people have allowed you to think you running stuff. Pretty much who's running stuff is the people that's over Project 2025. You just a puppet at this moment. As soon as they can get rid of you and they push JD Fancy Pants into your spot, it is what it is, Donnie. Then the American people got to get rid of him too. And that wife that look a mess right now. JD Vance, your wife look like she's old as Methuselah. What did you do to her to make her look so bad? When she first came along, that woman did not look like that. Or she's confused and stressed out because you want to borrow her eyeliner every morning? What's up? So it's more with Elon. I'm going to show you. And everything I show you is fair use, educational purpose, and great for research. And of course, entertaining. I'm here to entertain you. Sometimes I throw a little comedy in there. I am here to entertain you guys. So I'm going to show you something, then I'm going to read it to you. So this is what I'm going to show you what old Elon Musk is talking about on X. Elon Musk says, every member of Congress who campaigned on reducing government spending and then immediately voted for the biggest debt increase in history should hang their head in shame. They ain't going to do that. They didn't care about black people. So why would you think they were about that? And they will lose their primary next year if it is the last thing I do on this earth. That's what the muskrat says. So now Donnie is threatening to deport the muskrat. White people fighting white people. That's white folks news, y'all. White people fighting white people. That's what it's called to me. Yep, Elon Musk is pissed. It affects his business. Anything that affects his business, that is the only reason he's saying something. But let it be, y'all. We got to take a win some kind of way. If we can get him to go against the MAGA Republicans and make sure they are voted out, hey, let it be what it be. 26, let it be what it be.
What happened to Elon Musk? Nothing. He's upset that he's losing his EV mandate, and he's very upset about things, but he could lose a lot more than that. I can tell you right now. Hey, Elon can lose a lot more than that. I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible?
You hear that?
There's a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid. Elon Musk. What happened to Elon Musk? Nothing,
So he said he's going to take Doge from Elon and have Doge eat Elon. How y'all feel about that? Donnie think he's so powerful he can take something that Elon has created and use it against him. I don't think he'll be able to do that. Elon is a lot more educated than Donald Trump. He's brilliant, to be honest. He's crazy. But this is the thing, what I'm learning, because they said Elon doesn't really know a lot about tech. He hired people that knows about it. And he doesn't know anything about really building cars. They say he hired people that know about doing it. Like he went and hired those young boys for Doge because he didn't know how to do it. But I noticed that this is what 50 Cent says. He said, anything I don't know how to do, I can pay and hire people to do it. So that's Elon. Hate the game, not the player. You can't hate the player, hate the game. He just doing what the white folks game is. Hey. So Kristi Noem secretly kept a cut of political donations for herself. So, to me, it ain't nothing but a gangster party in that cabinet. Trump's entire cabinet of cons, in my opinion, the entire cabinet of cons, allegedly. So I'm going to show you something, then I'm going to read it to you. This is Kristi Noem, the one that had a lot of work done, that used to be unattractive, and she's finally attractive after so much has been done to her face and body. So Miss Kristi Noem, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, known for her Rolex and her stolen purse filled with $3,000 in cash, appears to have kept political donations as personal income. Now reporting from ProPublica reveals as governor of South Dakota, Noem's personal company accepted $80,000 from a dark money group. However, she didn't cite the payment of federal disclosure forms, a move that experts suggest is an ethics requirement violation. Before becoming DHS Secretary, Noem spent nearly 2 decades in South Dakota public service and service roles, which included her time in the House of Representatives. Her husband appears to have at least $2 million in assets from real estate holdings and an insurance brokerage company. However, Noem has been criticized for what appears to be a spendy lifestyle, particularly when she wore a gold $50,000 Rolex while touring Salvadoran prison where DHS is sending immigrants. Her lawyer told ProPublica that Noem complied with all disclosure requirements and laws as government reposts. I don't believe she did, but let me tell you something. Long as she attached to the orange man, she gonna get away with her crimes. Look at Donnie. He has gotten away with so many crimes, y'all. Kristi Noem, she's gonna get away with it. They criminals. Ain't nothing but a gangster party in the White House, in that Oval Office, in Donald Trump's cabinet. It's a gangster party. So the payment in 2023, the South Dakota government, Kristi Noem, personally accepted a portion of funds she had raised for a nonprofit that supports her political career, a dark money group, one whose donors aren't required to disclose, transferred the payment of Noem's Delaware-based personal company. Noem didn't list the payment in her federal disclosure form before becoming DHS Secretary, a likely federal ethics violation. That's all Donald Trump have in his cabinet, people that break the ethics violation. They think the law doesn't apply to you, but it applies to black and brown people. So, despite being one of the least wealthy Trump cabinet members, Noam appears to lead a lavish lifestyle. She wore a $50,000 Rolex watch while touring in prison in El Salvador. When her purse was stolen in April, it was revealed she was carrying $3,000 in cash for dinner, activities, and Easter gifts. She was frequently criticized as governor for taking trips to Paris for political talk, Canada for bear hunting. Y'all still doing that to animals, but you love to see black and brown people. Bye-bye. Okay. And Houston for dental work, her veneers, I guess, on the public dime. Common in the Republican Party. Cons. Conman, yeah. Known personally, company directly accepted the payment. The company Ashwood Strategies appeared to be named after one of her horses. Noam's company reportedly received 10% of the $800,000 brought in as fundraising fee. Noam's side business, which was described as being personal activities outside my official capacity, could be in a violation of South Dakota law that requires top officials such as the governor, to fully devote their time to their job. But she was busy going to Paris. Many politicians raise money for groups that promote their political careers. What usually is that Noam kept the money for herself. It raises questions about how nonprofits, dark money groups, influence politicians to whom they are paying a form of income. It doesn't surprise me. Donald Trump is a con. So, of course, he's going to hire conmen in his cabinet. One moment, please. Victoria's one says, MAGA weirdos, those losers have a kink to see suffering of others. They do. They get up on it. But the thing is, they're going to suffer too. So why would you celebrate pain of others? But that's just in their DNA. We can't help them. They are reprobated minds. They can't be helped. It's in their DNA from their ancestors who were slave masters. And their great grandmother was in the back with the black guy John getting her back blown out. They cannot help themselves. So we're going to listen to Channy, what she has to say.
Tonight, I say this to my Republican colleagues who are defending the indefensible.
Hit the like button.
There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain. Tonight, I say this to my Republican colleagues who are defending the indefensible. There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain. Tonight,
oh, he's gonna be gone because let me tell you something. They're getting everything they want out of him from the Heritage Foundation. They're gonna find a way to get him up out of there and push JD. This is my opinion, MAGA Republicans, YouTube, Google. This is my opinion. They're gonna find a way to get Donald Trump out of there and push JD into that presidency seat. That's why they got involved in this election. They don't care about that old smelly man, the old man that's 79 years old that claimed his ear got popped off and is still there. He's old and corroded. He doesn't heal like that. Come on, people. And deported. People are saying deport Melania Trump. I agree.
Followed the law, earned her citizenship, and became the first lady of the United States. This
Bull-
isn't about modeling,
bull
it's about
crap.
illegal immigration.
Bull
And Melania
crap.
did it the legal way.
Except
Bull crap.
Melania Trump didn't actually follow the law, and as a result, she shouldn't even
Thank
be
you
a
for the
US
super
citizen of
sticker.
this country.
One moment.
Melania Trump took tens of thousands of dollars in paid modeling gigs before she was even allowed to work here. The documents show that the future wife of Donald Trump who has taken strict stances on immigration enforcement, was paid for modeling jobs worth tens of thousands of dollars before she even had permission to work in the U.S. They showed that she was paid for 10 modeling assignments between September 10th and October 15th, 1996, during a time when her visa allowed her to be in the U.S. and look for work, but not to perform paid work in the country. And breaking any of the laws is grounds for deportation and a denial of future citizenship.
Melania Trump.
So, if you guys care about immigration enforcement so much, that should have been Melania's path, but it wasn't, because this is the thing about the Conservative Party, and they'll never talk about this. They want strict enforcement until it's inconvenient to them. They want passes. They want to be able to choose who has to deal with this strict enforcement and who should just be allowed to bypass the laws. That is the Conservative Party. That is the hypocrisy that they exhibit.
Definitely hypocrisy, because let me tell you something. It's illegal Russians here, but they're white. They're white. Donnie is not bothering them. Melania Trump has an Einstein visa. How? How, Melania? How, Donnie? You did something that couldn't have been done properly, because she doesn't have the qualifications to have the Einstein visa. She may have the qualifications to have an Epstein visa, which it don't exist, but she doesn't have the quality. She's not a Serena Williams. She's not in the Olympics. She's not a Michelle Obama that graduated from Princeton. She's not a Barack Obama that graduated from Harvard University. She doesn't have a Nobel Peace Prize. Neither does Donald Trump. He can't even get it. It's been withdrawn. How did Melania Trump get an Einstein visa? Deport Melania Trump. Deport Barron Trump. When his mother birthed him, was she an American citizen with a true visa? Inquiring minds want to know. Melania Trump, you don't deserve that visa. You are not a Naomi Campbell, not a Tyra Banks or a Cindy Crawford, girl. You was doing news. You was doing what? News. Melania Trump was doing what? News. News is what Melania Trump was doing, y'all. How did you get that Einstein visa, Melania? Oh. White privilege. Why must brown people be punished, but Melania Trump gets to take a free ride? BS. I think I broke this one too, y'all. It didn't break. She don't deserve to be here. Nor does her parents. I think her mother has passed. Nor does whoever that's still alive from her family that's living pretty much free because of Donald Trump is in the Oval Office. It would do my heart so much cheer and happiness if Barron give him a black woman or a black man. That would be beautiful.
Donald Trump is now threatening Elon Musk with deportation because of Elon Musk's opposition to his budget bill. Trump was just asked about deporting Musk, and he said that he would have to look into it. Trump all morning has also been threatening Elon Musk's federal funding, saying that he's going to have Doge go after Elon Musk. First, let me show you his post, then I'll show you the video. Trump said, Elon Musk knew long before he so strongly endorsed me for president that I was strongly against the EV mandate. It is ridiculous and was always a major part
Trump is a user and abuser. He used Elon Musk.
Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history by far. And without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back home to South Africa.
Talking big
no
smack.
More rocket launches, satellites, or electric car production, and our country would save a fortune. Perhaps we should have Doge take a good, hard look at this. Big money to be saved. Now let me show you Trump's comments on video, and I want to remind you to add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
We have seen that video already. We're not going to watch it again because we're not celebrating Donald Trump in any form. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, because looking at that man is a curse. So Trump continues to get called out for his lies again. So I'm going to show you something and I'm going to read it to you. So this is what Donnie Boy says, y'all. And someone from X responds to Donnie Boy. So Donnie Boy says the Democrats are the ones who leaked the information on the perfect flight to the nuclear sites in Iran. They should be prosecuted. And then Turnbull says, someone on Twitter, X says, weird accusations considering the White House was bragging last week that they hadn't briefed the Democrats. But cool story. Donnie lies, y'all. I told you this man is a compulsive liar. That's all he ever does is lie. That's not his biggest sin, but you ain't going to heaven, Donnie. Paula White can pray over you all she wants. Why would you allow her to put her hands on you and pray when she's one of the biggest sinners? She conned the black churches for many years. Now she don't want to fool with the black people. Girl, bye. Pancake booty.
Breaking news right now, Donald Trump was just asked whether or not he would consider deporting Elon Musk as he was leaving the White House and said, we'd have to look at it. This is serious. He literally just said that. He did not rule out potentially looking at deporting Elon Musk. Now, overnight, Donald Trump suggested ending all government subsidies to Elon Musk's companies because Elon Musk has been railing against the so-called Big Beautiful Bill that still has not passed the United States Senate nearly 24 hours.
Well, it has passed now. This was something I saved from yesterday. It has passed now, so it is what it is.
Place feels to me today like a crime scene. Get some of that yellow tape and put it around this chamber.
He's a Republican.
This piece of legislation is corrupt. This piece of legislation,
that big beautiful bill. This is a Republican speaking.
This piece of legislation is a rotten racket. This bill cooked up in back rooms, dropped at midnight, cloaked in fake numbers, with huge handouts.
Hit the like button, everybody. Thank you.
It loots our country for some of the least deserving people you could imagine. When I first got here, this chamber filled me with awe and wonderment. Today, I feel disgust. This place feels to me today like a crime scene.
It is. Hey, Donnie has 34 felonies. Donald Trump is a criminal. And he says deport the criminals. Well, you need to be the first one hauled up out of America. Take Donnie to El Salvador. Honey, they would tear you up in there. After you don't cause all this pain for brown people, they would eat you alive. Like they ate, what's his name? Was it Ted Turner? No, not Ted Turner. What's his name? Y'all know I'm talking about, the black guy that they ate and wore him as leather.
How we thought it was going to be 14 million people who'd lose their health care.
Yes.
Then it went up to 16.
Yes.
Then another million.
Tell grandma bye. No more Medicaid. No more medication in nursing home.
These are mamas and babies. These are people with disabilities. These are
what about your babies, MAGA?
People with dementia. I went to the floor yesterday and I said, just tell me. I just want one Republican who will call somebody in a nursing home and tell them where they're supposed to be. Remember how we thought it was going to be?
Honey, Queen Elizabeth Warren, honey. Those rich Republicans, they don't care. They don't care about the blacks, the browns. They don't even care about you white people that's MAGA. Tell your grandma, you got to come home, baby. You're going to be cleaning diapers and everything. Not just the baby diapers, but your grandma diapers too. That's going to be so much fun, MAGA. You're gonna have somebody's mind that had reverted back to being a child, and then you changing a child's diaper. And your 2-year-old pull up. Go help Donnie change his. He need help. So Trump and the EpiPen file. I'm gonna show you a little bit about that. That's what Donald Trump been acting a fool and just throwing all kinds of distractions because he has a lot to hide. Just a moment.
Donald Trump's sick and twisted secret dark past is resurfacing, and we here at the Midas Touch Network are not going to get very freaky girl. I think one of the main things that Trump has trying to distract from over the past few weeks has been the Epstein files and the fact that Donald Trump is all over the Epstein files. Now,
hit that like button. Come on, show me some love.
Lauren Boebert just sat for a very bizarre and odd interview on a number of topics where she was also saying, Congress sucks. We suck in Congress. Very strange. But then she did mention, and we really do need to get to the bottom of the Epstein files. It's hard for me to say this, but I agree with Lauren Boebert there. I'll show you that clip in a minute so you can see for yourself. But let me explain to you what we know for sure. The Epstein files that have been released have Donald Trump's name on them. Donald Trump is in the deposition testimony of sex trafficking victims of Epstein who have testified under oath in depositions that Epstein brought them to Trump's casinos. A 14-year-old girl testified at the Ghislaine Maxwell sex trafficking trial that when she was 14, she's a woman now, but she said that when she was a 14-year-old girl, she was brought to Mar-a-Lago by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. We know that Virginia Giuffre, who recently died by suicide in Australia, when she was a girl, she was underage, she was working at Mar-a-Lago, she was previously homeless, got a job somehow at Mar-a-Lago, I think through a connection, a family connection or something.
I showed y'all this stuff. So what he's talking about is something I already showed y'all.
For Epstein went to Mar-a-Lago. So she was friends with Donald Trump, brought Virginia Giuffre to Epstein, and then Epstein started sex trafficking Virginia Giuffre. I mean, using Mar-a-Lago as the hunting grounds for underage victims. In the case of Virginia Giuffre, there's videos of Donald Trump partying with Epstein. Trump is on Epstein's phone log. He's on Epstein's call log. He's on Epstein's flight log. Epstein's been on Trump's plane before. Trump is quoted as saying, Epstein
yes, I'm having a hot flash, y'all. Bear with me. I'm 51 years old. That happens.
Girls. Donald Trump would throw beauty pageants for girls.
Listen to him. Then I'm going to show you the video once he gets to that part.
He would then hold boat parties.
I'm having a hot flash. I'm sorry, y'all.
That the girls would grind on men old enough to be their grandparents, who would say, look what the girls that we got, look at the girls that we got. Really sick and disgusting stuff right there. Trump hosted the Look of the Year competition for these little girls. It's just so disturbing to even see these things. Trump would have his kids hang out with Epstein. I could keep going on. That's what we know exists. That's out there in the public domain, right? There's the fact that there's a whole other batch of files, like for example, the Doe 174 files, Trump's Doe 174 in some of these Epstein cases. If we wanted to find out what Trump did, a document request would say, release the Doe 174 files.
Release
I want to know all the communications about that. Show me the grand jury testimony of the 14-year-old girl who testified at the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. There's going to be a ton of evidence there that links Trump to Epstein because there already is a ton of evidence out there that links Trump to Epstein. Now, I'm sure you remember that Trump and the MAGA crew promised us that they were going to release the Epstein files. Remember, they had a whole committee. Anna Paulina Luna was the MAGA Republican congresswoman. She promised us in early February we were going to get the Epstein files.
Bundy too.
Remember, then she posted on February 27, 2025 I nor the task force were given or reviewed the Epstein documents being released today. A New York Post story just revealed that the documents will simply be Epstein's phone book. This is not what we or the American people asked for, and it's a complete disappointment. Get us the information that we asked for. That's when, back in February, remember they pulled the stunt where they had the right-wing influencers hold up the binder and say, "This is the Epstein files. We got it."
Everything was
As though the
redacted.
Trump White House thought we, the people, would be so stupid to think this tiny binder is the Epstein files. No, it was the phone log that was released many, many years ago. That, by the way, has Donald
Bundy
Trump's
played in
name
the
in it
American
over
people's
and
face.
over and over again. I could tell you where some of the Epstein files are. It's not hard. Vault.fbi.gov. The Epstein files are there. All these files are redacted. So it would actually be very easy to unredact these files. Just remove the redactions. Though I already know where they are. Vault.fbi.gov. And there's going to be tens of thousands of documents in these civil cases and the criminal cases of Ghislaine, of Jeffrey Epstein, and all of that. Release those files. Okay, so with that as background, here is what Lauren Boebert just said on a show that she did during an interview on Blaze TV's Prime Time with Alex Stein. Representative Lauren Boebert expressed support for releasing the full list of names tied to Jeffrey Epstein's network. But then she says, but those files may have been tampered with. Here's what she says. Let's play the clip.
But now we talk about government transparency, this and that. Everybody's been getting mad about the Epstein stuff. I'm kind of the opinion, what are we going to see? Like actual physical sexual assault? We're not going to see that. I don't want to see that. What is there to see? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is there really even to see? That's where I'm kind of
there's evidence. They're just not going to put it out.
We want to see the list, period. I don't care what names are on it. I want to see what names are on it and why. So it's not a bipartisan issue. It is a bipartisan issue. And so I want to see what these folks were doing with Epstein. And I don't know. I mean, maybe the past administration has done away with the files, or maybe there's thousands and thousands of hours of video that they're going through, like we have heard as well. I certainly want these released. President Trump has done a great job of declassifying certain information, but also where has this information been in decades? Like what through what hands has this information gone through? When it comes to Martin Luther King Jr., when it comes to RFK and JFK, so there's still the element of, yes, we have a government that we should always question, right?
Yeah.
I'm a part of this system, and I question it daily.
Kristi Noem said, "Don't trust the government." Remember, I showed y'all that interview. Kristi Noem said, "Don't trust the government." She is the government. She's a dummy.
That means whatever party is in the majority, we make up the rules. Mm-hmm. In fact, every day, if anybody watches C-SPAN on a regular session day when we're passing legislation, every day we actually change the rules of the House of Representatives to pass the bill that we're going to vote on. So just to bring that bill to the floor, we have a vote on the rule because we're changing the rules. And so in all of this, it's fluid, and you should always question what is going on and seek truth. Now, that doesn't mean to be a crazy conspiracist and say that there's like something behind every single door. But I don't trust the hands that this information has gone through over decades when you're talking about all these declassified files now that have been classified, or even the Epstein files. You never know what has been removed or potentially even added. And so it's really difficult to find the absolute truth when there's been so many years of darkness that this information has been hidden in.
I know it is a complicated situation, and I think any transparency is good, but this is a very sensitive stuff, so it's not going to just be like, well, here's 1,000 images of whatever you guys want to see. So I'm hoping
hit the like button, please. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
And that's not what we expect. But
when you have Lauren Boebert and Jasmine Crockett agreeing on issues, we've reached a bipartisan moment here. And here, Jasmine Crockett pointed out, when it was 2 weeks ago, the Lauren Boebert thing just happened. Lauren Boebert just happened. Jasmine Crockett said on, I think this is June 12th, You all realize that Trump's doing a lot of this crap to distract from the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Like, he's terrified. Like, he knows his name's all over this thing. Here, play this clip.
To that, I know that there's been some conversations about what's going on in LA, and they want to say that it's riots because they didn't want people to keep talking about, say, the Epstein files or whatever other drama was popping off between the president and his little friend. So they wanted to change the conversation to immigration because they feel like, well, the polling is in our benefit. But let me tell you something. If they cared about making sure we were going to be fiscally responsible, they would tell the American people that it cost them $134 million to send the National Guard to LA for the quote unquote riots that the governor didn't ask for, nor did the mayor of LA ask for. And they sent them over there, and they say that they care about our service members. Yet they sent them and they were laying on the floor. They did not provide for food. So I don't know why we would believe that, number one,
hit the like button, please. Thank you, beautiful people.
Because the brokenness is a feature, not a flaw of the system, because it is beneficial to them when it comes to campaigning. If they can't stoke fear, then why are they going to say have anybody vote for them? Because that's what people are doing. They're voting out of fear. But
I'll just show you. Here's the video of
Hit
Donald
the
Trump
like button, beautiful ones.
Epstein
Thank you.
partying.
Thank you, queens
Here's
and
a
kings.
1992 party footage of them together. You can see for yourself. Play this clip.
Thank you, kings and queens.
Trump is surrounded by women as music blares in the background. After a while, Trump goes to greet 3 new guests. Among them, the financier Jeffrey Epstein. More than a decade before his guilty plea on state prostitution charges. Later in the footage, Trump is seen talking to Epstein and another man as women are dancing in front of them. Trump alternates between dancing and
he has
pointing out
never
women
been
to Epstein
attractive.
and the other man.
Trump
and
has
telling
always
Epstein
been
about the
ugly.
cameras. Though exactly what they say is difficult to understand as they discuss the women and their appearances, Trump gestures to one and appears to say to Epstein, "Look at her back there. She's hot." And then Trump says something else into Epstein's ear that makes him double over with laughter. But as the president says now, he never liked Epstein.
Remember 3 months ago, this was Pam Bondi saying, "Oh, I have it on my desk. We're going to release it." Here, play this clip.
She lied.
The DOJ may be releasing the list
Compulsive
of Jeffrey
liar number
Epstein's
2,
clients.
Pam
Is that
Bundy.
really happening?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Peggy Bundy.
That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm the president. Not yet. I was briefed on that yesterday. I can't talk about that publicly.
Compulsive
but
liar.
President Trump has given a very strong directive, and that's going to be followed.
Wow. Okay. So,
A lot of documents.
yeah. Okay. All right. So people can expect actual movement on this. It's not just empty promises.
Donald Trump doesn't make empty promises.
Yeah, right.
I think promises made, promises kept.
And then the MAGA ecosystem. They're
Hit the
already
like
having
button.
their
Thank you
excuses,
all.
right,
Thank
about
you,
where
beautiful
the
kings
Epstein
and queens.
files
Hit the like
You
button.
have Sean Hannity spending, a very long time defending Trump on Epstein.
Come on, y'all.
Play
Hit
this
that
clip.
like button for me. I need your likes. Likes are free. But if you want to support my channel, you can send me super chat, super stickers. You are valued. You are appreciated. Also, you can send me gems. That's something that YouTube has. Hit the like button, beautiful ones.
Wants that in the one big beautiful bill. Pretty obvious, pretty apparent, understandable difference. And on the Epstein issue, wasn't it Donald Trump? He booted Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago nearly 20 years ago because he was one of the first people to realize just how horrible Epstein really was. And by
Nobody
all
can
accounts,
be
he was
worse
kicked
than
out
Donald
because
Trump.
of his treatment of young women. Now, Democrats and the media, I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just wondering, putting 2 and 2 together. I truly wonder if our old friend Bill Clinton, how you doing? Good to talk to you. We know he had a relationship with Epstein. That's been reported on.
Trump was best friends with him, allegedly. That's what has been said.
Also?
That's what's been
I
said.
can't say for sure. I haven't seen them. But if I was a betting man, I know where I'd put my money. Now, if by some, chance that Bill Clinton is in there, I wonder if he kicked Epstein out of his life as publicly as Donald Trump did. I guess if Donald Trump felt that Epstein had something on him, he probably wouldn't have kicked him out of his club. Inquiring minds, I think they'll want to know that. So let's be MAGA Republican Charlie Kirk trying to defend all of this. Play this clip.
Now, 10 years later, we're supposed to believe that there's going to be a smoking gun of something in the Epstein files. But what is in the Epstein files is, yes, President Donald Trump is probably mentioned. He was mentioned in the Epstein file dump back in February. You know why? He lived in Palm Beach. There's probably thousands of names in the Epstein files.
Hit the like button, beautiful ones. Thank you.
Absolutely not. That is complete nonsense. But to say that Donald Trump is not releasing the Epstein files because he's in them in some incriminating way.
Oh, he's in them several times.
It's very clear that if you live in Palm Beach,
you
might have been mentioned and caught up in some sort of conversation.
Thank you, beautiful kings and queens.
Epstein.
And look, we had author Michael Wolff on the Midas Touch podcast, and he was considering being Epstein's biographer. He never did it, but Epstein consulted him.
Thank you so much for blessing me.
80 to 90.
Let's see, 1999. Thank you so much. King Allen, thank you for blessing me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you, King.
And he sat for many, many hours of discussion with me. I mean, certainly 80, 90, probably 100 hours I have of Epstein on tape. And one of the discussions, because this was occurring, Trump became the president in 2017. I began writing about Trump, and so we spent a lot of time talking about Donald Trump and Epstein's relationship with Trump, which went on for a good certainly 15 years, and was incredibly close. They were, each other's closest friend for a very long time. And Epstein, I think Epstein
I have 51 likes. I'm 51 years old. Come on, give me some more likes, babies. I love you.
Many secrets about Donald Trump, and was threatening to Donald Trump.
So I guess here, let me tell you what my thought is, right? Democratic Congress member Robert Garcia just took over the Oversight Committee. I'd love to see the Democrats hold some shadow hearings, right? Remember the shadow hearings? We played them before here. Do a shadow hearing on Epstein and the connection between Trump and Epstein.
Yes.
And bring in people who know, and
please do.
Let's have that conversation. We're not going to get distracted here in the Midas Touch Network when it comes
Democrats
to
need to get backbone.
What I laid out for you is the objective evidence. Google it, search it. I think there's anything that I said was incorrect, fact check me. But that's where we're at right now. Thanks.
I want to thank Ben from Midas Touch Network because he did amazing work putting that together, which a lot of I have shown you all already, so you have seen it because I showed you a lot that the great Ben was talking about. So it's a lot that you have seen, but it's so wonderful that someone is discussing the same things that I have been discussing. And he knows his work. He's an attorney, and it's amazing how someone with a white face can get on here and say something on YouTube, but a person that's my color will get striked. So if you want to know why I show y'all a lot of stuff with our beautiful Caucasian people, because that's what I got to do to keep from getting myself striked a lot. I learned to play the game. They use us, use their faces. That don't mean I don't have love for you. I love you through the love of God, because that's the only way to live life.
Donald Trump has to be furious right now. The senior Ukrainian lawmaker, Merazeko, who had nominated Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize, has just withdrawn it because he said he has lost any faith and belief in President Trump to create a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia. I have a feeling he's never going to catch up to Barack Obama. How about you? Donald Trump has to be furious right now. The senior Ukrainian lawmaker, Merazeko.
I'm going to tell you what's so beautiful about this video, because we're going to be getting out of here soon. That's a white man saying that. Everybody love President Barack Obama. I love President Barack Obama. I love all of y'all for coming out here supporting me. And everybody that sent me super chat, super stickers, thank you. May God continue to enrich your lives and that you have a beautiful evening. I'm going to be getting out of here. I love you. I love you. I love you. If we get the verdict back in time tomorrow about Diddy, I will cover that too. You guys, I love you. Stay blessed. Pray for this country because we dearly, strongly need it. I won't be praying for Donald Trump. I'm not going to pretend like Paula White. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't steal from the offering plate. I love you guys. God bless. Bye.